What is it? Is it a Ford? Is it a Mazda? Is it Canadian? Who knows? It's junk, and it's rusted. Bought this car for $125. It's a 93 Escort. But what happens when you take a Ford Escort and remove all the Ford parts? Is it a Mazda now? Took the motor out of this. I bought it because the clutch was bad. It's only got 67,000 miles. But the lady burned the clutch out of it last winter. So I was going to put a clutch in it, and then I started taking it apart, and it was so rusty, bolts were breaking off. See, look. So I started using it for parts. And now, there's nothing left of it. The seats were clean until I leaned on it. Oops. Got rust. The other side's worse, but it's buried under snow. See? See the rust? Can you see it? It's right there. I took the motor out because I found a guy with a 93 Mercury Tracer. Somebody ran into that fender. Here's the old fender. Smashed it. When they smashed into it, that little bolt that holds the bumper on, oh, you can't see it, came in through there, and it put a hole in the coolant tank. And the guy's wife decided she was going to keep driving it, so she did, and the motor blew up. So there's the motor. Couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. I took the head off, it's over there. And I can't find anything wrong with it. The head gasket looks fine. Let me turn the lights on. And turn the radio off.
I'm feeling very psychic today. Yeah. I think
Well,
it's like when
I have too much junk.
Like, she gives me some of her psychicness. Psychicness? Yes.
And this needs an alternator. That one's dead. I don't remember why I took the bumper off, but it's over there. So, where is it? The head seems fine. All the valves are there, and they all look alright. All the valve seats are there too. And the head gasket's fine. Can't find anything wrong with it, other than a leaf. But all the cylinders were full of oil. That didn't happen taking the head off. They were all like that. So I don't know, maybe the rings are fried. I don't know. Sludge. So I took that out, and that's the new motor. But as most of you probably know, 5-speeds have pilot bearings inside the crank, and I can't get this one out. I have to go rent a puller, and when I went to get one yesterday, it was gone. So they had to order me a new one so I can rent it today, put this car back together. So that's the new fender off of that car outside, and I got the new coolant tank somewhere. I don't know. Oh, it's under the saw that's hiding. And maybe I'll have this running today, who knows. Oh, I had to replace the heater core right here, sticks out, and these are really soft, and when I went to put a pair of pliers on them to twist the hoses to take them off, I broke it. I squeezed too tight and smashed the heater core lines. Now if I could figure out what I did with the box, I'd show you. There it is. See? And I knew they were going to leak, so I replaced it. That's the first one I did. Smashed it. And when I got in there, I think somebody replaced the heater core in this car, because there's a bracket. See, look, this is the old dashboard out of the car outside. There's this bracket right here that the back of the radio slides in to hold it up. And this is directly behind it, and that bracket was smashed into that. And it was all broken, and that was all twisted, and there were screws missing. And when I went to, I thought one of the springs was rusted, so I was going to replace it on this wheel. But when I got in there, there's, oh, I can't even see it. There's two bolts here that hold the ball joint on. One is right there. And it was only halfway in. So whoever put the transmission in this car, oh yeah, it had a brand new transmission put in it. Well, rebuilt, I think. Certified junk. And they only drove about 5,000 miles when all that happened. Here's that bolt sticks out, and that was all smashed in. So I get the joy of fixing it. But luckily on these, they just have one motor mount right there, and then those two, that one and one back there, and the one that's up in there are all bolted to the transmission. So there's only one mount on the engine. And this car has one long shaft on this side. So there's no intermediate shaft to take off. So the engine swaps are actually pretty easy in these. And then it all just lifts out away from the transmission. So maybe I'll get it done today. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Oh yeah, and because I got so many cars in here, it doesn't fit in the garage all the way, so I can't close the door, and it snowed on top of the car. And the alley's blocked. Thanks, garbage men, or not garbage men, the plowers. So the car actually had, the thing was out to like here, all the way down, but it all fell off because it got warm yesterday. But whatever. So that's what I'm doing.